The story of Resident Evil 4 in 5 minutes. Let's go. A bunch of hooded figures surround a young woman and appear to behead her. Very culty. We get narration from Leon Kennedy, speaking about the events of RE2 and that he was forced to join a top secret government program. For 6 years, he was put through extensive training that almost killed him. We see Leon in the back of a police vehicle with 2 Spanish police officers, and we see that Leon is looking intently at a picture of a young woman and says that he is looking for her. One of the officers goes missing after taking a leak, and Leon goes to investigate where he went. He finds an abandoned house with a very strange man that is chanting under his breath. Leon asks where the officer is and finds his badge on the ground before getting attacked from behind. The roundhouse kicks him and deals with that issue quickly. He finds a picture of a girl upstairs, and we find out that it's the president's daughter, and Leon has come to Spain to rescue her. Some villagers come and force Leon to escape. When Leon reaches a nearby village, we see that the other police officer is being burnt at a pyre. Leon tries to intervene, but is attacked by the entire village. During the fight, the bell on the top of the church begins to ring, and the villagers drop their weapons and walk towards the church, almost in a trance. Leon gets a call from the US government, and they tell him to check out a house near the lake for Baby Eagle, the code name used for the president's daughter. When Leon arrives at the house, there is a banging sound coming from downstairs, and after opening the hidden hatch, we find a man tied up. Not long after this, a very large man with super strength throws Leon across the room and knocks him out cold. He uses a syringe with a parasite inside and injects it into Leon's neck while he's asleep. When he awakes, he is chained up with the man from before. He introduces himself as Louise Sarah. Louise tells Leon that he heard some of the locals speaking about a woman and that he saw them moving somebody to the old church. A man comes to attack and Leon makes short work of him before Louise flees and leaves Leon on his own. Leon notifies the government and asks for a background check on Louise Sarah, which reveals that he used to work for the European branch of Umbrella Corporation. Leon gets to the lake and we see some of the giant local fish life in the water. He goes out there for some reason and ends up killing the fish before coughing out blood and falling unconscious. We see glimpses of a hooded man saying to Leon that he will soon be a part of their covenant forever before he wakes up. Turns out that he was asleep for 3 hours and we need to get a move on. Leon reaches the church and finds the president's daughter, Ashley Graham. They see a bunch of villagers approaching and they make a quick exit and plan over radio to evac. They stumble across Louise fleeing the villagers, and Leon is not pleased about Louise's past with Umbrella, but they flee together after the villagers break into the house. Ashley begins coughing up blood. Louise explains that coughing blood is caused by something called a plaga, a type of parasite that each of the villagers has and makes them crazy. He says that at the early stage, it is possible to remove the plaga with a surgical procedure that reveals a scar on his chest, showing that he once had the same parasite removed. He leaves into the woods and says that he will contact Leon later about a solution. We see Louise meet up with Ada from RE2. She asks Louise for some amber, which he doesn't have yet, but plans to go and retrieve. Leon and Ashley get ambushed by the big guy from before when he spear tackles Leon to the ground. They have a fight and Leon manages to get the best of him before fleeing out of the burning barn. They reach a castle and are forced inside. When the drawbridge stops, their only exit. Louise calls and tells Leon to meet him in the castle courtyard. They enter the castle and find this guy that looks like a 90-year-old grandmother called Ramon, and he wants Leon to leave Ashley with him as turning her will be the key to infiltrating the US. Leon refuses and some fighting ensues. As we progress further, Ashley grabs Leon's knife and attempts to stab him. Showing signs of somebody taking over her mind, she runs to not hurt Leon again. When they meet again, Leon tells her that it's fine to be scared, but you can't run from it. You have to get going forward. He also reveals that he has been infected too. Not long after, Ashley gets abducted by a big creature in a robe, and Leon has to try find her. When he does, it turns out to be a trap, and Ashley is fed a black goo while Leon is thrown down a large hole that he barely survives. We find Louise and he gives Leon some medicine to slow down the parasite, but it only buys him time. Louise ends up being stabbed from behind by a US major named Krauser. He trained Leon over the 6-year time skip. Louise dies but gives Leon a key to his laboratory so that he can cure the parasite issue, and Leon is forced to fight Krauser. He ends up killing him with a blade to the heart. Leon finds Ramon and kills him during his big bad guy monologue. Leon finds Ada and they travel together to the island where Ashley is being held on. They don't see eye to eye after the events of RE2. Leon finds Ashley and gives her the medicine and tells her about Louise's death. Ashley gets abducted again by Sadler, and Leon finds her again at the altar, where Sadler explains his plan to turn everybody in the world with the parasites, calling them a holy body. Ada helps them escape, and Leon takes Ashley to the lab. He cures her parasite issue, and she cures Leon. They find Ada outside taken captive, and Leon saves her before they both fight Sadler at the end. When he dies, Ada takes the amber and leaves on a helicopter, while Leon and Ashley flee on a jet ski to safety. We get a final scene showing that Ada's boss is actually Wesker from RE1. And that is the story of RE4 in 5 minutes. We have a full breakdown video on the channel if you want all the smaller details. And remember to like and subscribe for more content in the future. Peace.